I'd like to follow up on this question about the drivers of these trucks and the leaflets that were dropped. I presume the leaflets told them how to surrender. Is that correct? Because those were the leaflets that we dropped in Iraq the first time around.
The leaflets, first of all, we did a couple of things. We dropped the ordinance in the front of a column, in the back of a column, and then dropped leaflets that said, if you don't get away from your vehicle, basically you're going to be bombed. And so that was the message that was sent.
So there was no effort to capture any of the truck drivers or get any kind of intelligence from their operations?
We don't have any forces on the ground that could capture those truck drivers.
Is that a problem?
Well, if you want to capture, Congress, I'm not trying to flip,
I'm asking you.
If you want to capture them, you'd have to have someone on the ground to capture them, and we don't.
Is it a problem that we don't have somebody on the ground to capture them?
The lack of human intelligence inhibits our campaign, for sure.
I can imagine. Is that going to be part of what we do going forward? Is try to? Let me ask this, because I'm just ignorant on this issue. How many ISIS combatants have we captured?
I'd have to get back to you, Congressman.
Is that not a very critical part of trying to win this war?
It is, but I don't have a number of.
Can you give me an estimate? Is it a couple hundred, a couple thousand?
I think it's probably a handful.
One or two?
It's a handful.
A handful. So like
again,
5 or less?
I'd like to get back to you, Congressman, to talk about that. We have not been involved in combat operations, we, the United States. So we haven't been in a position to capture ISIL.
Now, on these...
Can I just add something?
Sure.
That one of the reasons for the Expeditionary Targeting Force is precisely to gain intelligence. And one of the ways you do that is by capturing people. So I can tell you one person we captured, and that was the wife of Abu Sayyaf.
Where is she now?
And she's being detained.
By whom?
By the government of Iraq.
Of course. So what kind of intelligence are we getting now from that? We
got considerable intelligence. I don't want to go into it further.
Does that not demonstrate the value of human intelligence?
Of course it
does. So is this something that we're going to change? Are we going to start capturing these folks?
I just said one of the reasons for the Expeditionary Targeting Force is precisely that. That's what I said earlier. And I think it will be a very valuable source of intelligence. And as the chairman said, that is critical to effective employment of air power, to the effective identification of forces that we can enable on the ground.
Let me ask you this: how long were these trucks? How long did we know about them before we destroyed them? Because the New York Times was reporting, or actually it was the Treasury Department, I believe, that reported $10 million a month to fund ISIS through these smuggling of oil operations. Is that correct? $10 million a month. How long did we know that these trucks were being used to fund ISIS before we did anything about it?
Well, we knew there were oil trucks in Iraq from the beginning, of course. What we could not do is distinguish those that were being directly used to finance ISIL. We now have the intelligence to do that, which allows us to effectively isolate them and target them. That's what we're trying to do. We're using the tactic, and we may change our tactics.
So let me ask you,
we're using the tactic.
The truck drivers that ran away, Mr. Secretary, the truck drivers that ran away because we told them to run away, where are they now? Are they now farmers in Syria? I'm just asking the question because this is critically important to trying to win a war, which you're telling us we're trying to do.
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding why.
The truck drivers.
Knowing what the truck drivers are doing now is essential to knowing how to win the war.
So the idea is that you believe these people did not know that they were involved in funding ISIS. That's what you're telling us?
Well, they probably knew. If they didn't realize it before, they...
So they knew they were funding ISIS, and they're not enemy combatants? Can you explain that?
I think the chairman already did. These were people who were making a buck, and so we gave them every opportunity to survive the strike.
Mr. Chairman, I'm astonished. We need to learn more about why we didn't destroy these trucks a long time ago, where these enemy combatants are now, why we are dropping leaflets telling them to run away and not surrender. It's quite frankly astonishing if we're trying to win.